letters and officially weighing 248 pounds. His professional record, 32 victories, including 31 knockouts, with only one defeat. Tonight, he comes to the ring prepared to step through the threshold of greatness. From Kiev, Ukraine, the fighter with a PhD, the #1 ranked heavyweight contender in the world, the former WBO World Heavyweight Champion, Dr. Iron Fist, Vitali Klitschko. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white with red letters and officially weighing in at 256.5 pounds. In 1998, he captured Olympic gold, and now, as a professional, he has a record of 40 victories, including 31 knockouts against 2 defeats with 1 draw. And by way of rematch, he is one of the few fighters in boxing history to have defeated every opponent he has ever faced. From London, England, the linear, legitimate, universally recognized, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox Lewis.
Great atmosphere and a big crowd at the Staples Center for what could be a dramatic fight.
In the dressing room, I want a good, clean fight. Listen to my commands, shake hands, and await the bout. Good luck to both.
Half a lifetime ago in this city, Lennox Lewis was beaten at the Olympic Games by Tyrrell Biggs. He hasn't fought in LA since. Well, he's back now. Will Vitali Klitschko make good on his promise to exploit weaknesses he's seen in Lennox Lewis? Is this a fight too far for Britain's greatest champion? Answers coming up right now. Will Lewis try to jump on Klitschko early on? He's been very, very aggressive usually when he's fought big men. Looking for that right hand straight away. Klitschko with his awkward but sometimes effective style gets in with a right hand as they work in close. 2 juggernauts in a head-on collision here. 36 stone of heavyweight in the ring. It's a record for the division.
They really are 2 massive athletes, aren't they? But they've got speed, they've got power. Lennox facing up, which he doesn't have to do very often.
Klitschko has demolished 2 British opponents, Julius Francis and Herbie Hyde, in 2 rounds. But this would be some hat-trick if he was to complete it. Who establishes control with the jab? Watch for that as it gets untidy early on here.
I think the jab is a key, Ian. Somebody's got to try and get control with that punch.
And although Klitschko is a couple of inches taller at 6'7", it's Lewis who has the reach advantage of about 6 inches. It's a huge 84-inch wingspan for Lewis.
Well, I'm sure Klitschko's getting his first surprise, feeling the physical strength of Lennox Lewis. I think all the fighters that go in with him are amazed by how physically strong he is.
Maybe he's feeling the strength of Klitschko too. Gets there with a right hand that momentarily seemed to trouble Lewis, who hasn't got his jab going yet.
Well, the right hand is the danger punch. Lennox drops that left, and Klitschko will be looking to capitalise on that.
No sign of Klitschko freezing early on. He's holding his own.
Watch the elbows, watch the elbows. Stop, stop, stop.
And it is literally a trial of strength on the inside. Lewis is giving away 6 years. Klitschko's only lost once in 33 fights, and that was on an injury. There's a good start this by Klitschko, who rams in a very good-looking right hand. He's getting the better of things in this opening round.
Yes, he's the one that's getting the punches off first, Ian, and he's getting through that jab.
And the right hand forces Lewis back. Signs of early problems, but Lewis has been there and done it so many times before. There is a feeling, though, he might have to do it quickly tonight, lugging 18 stone, 4.5 pounds around. He's looking for the right hand over the top. Lewis does sometimes leave his left quite low and leaves himself open to that. At last, Lewis gets the jab working and an uppercut, but it was the challenger's opening round. This might be very interesting, Glenn.
Well, I think it's always been the case that this would be an interesting fight, because Lennox is facing a younger boxer who boxes like him.
Nicht mit Gewalt reinfallen in den Mann. So ist alles okay. Du hast es ein paar Mal so gut getroffen in den
Gang. The main trainer in the corner.
Du bist zu fest noch. Locker, dann schnell.
But you're putting a lot of pressure on him. He's not used to fighting that much, okay? Take your time, baby. Take your time. Get that jab.
He's breathing heavy. He's hollow.
Yeah, he's not used to fighting this type of pressure. Just keep the pressure on him.
Well, did you hear that?
He's
From Al Gavin, the Cutsman, he's breathing heavy.
Is working good.
Yeah, they think Klitschko's already breathing heavily after that first round. The first round, which he was a little busier in, and he got through with a couple of nice shots out that right hand.
Very interesting. They love a big fight in LA. They haven't had enough of them. But this Staples Center had a thriller between Shane Mosley and Oscar De La Hoya a couple of years back. Klitschko started well, but can Lewis get his jab going? Oh, there's a big right hand from Klitschko. He's fast with it as well.
Yeah, that's the danger for Lewis. Lewis is trying to get that jab working. He's pushed the head back of Klitschko a couple of times.
Don't hold.
Klitschko can be dangerous with the left hook as well. He seemed pretty nervous all week. I had no emotion, he said, when I heard I was fighting Lewis. And yet again, his quick hands troubling the long reigning champion.
Lennox seems to be lacking a little bit of sharpness early on.
Well, there might be ring rust. Over a year out of the ring, it's the longest break in his career between fights. Taking this at 2 weeks' notice and gets it with the right hand, and Lewis wants to hold. He's hurt by that. He wanted to hold. Klitschko has got him a bit wobbly here. Lewis is in trouble here in round 2. And did he say something to Klitschko on the inside?
He seemed to smile and say something, but he definitely got hurt by that shot. Lennox's chin is coming in the air.
All the makings of an upset early on here. Can Lewis turn this around again? He's hit with the right hand by this big, strong Ukrainian.
Lewis looking ponderous. There's not a great deal of snap or sharpness there.
Well, we feared this might happen when we saw the weigh-in, but there's a left jab of some authority by Lewis, and that rocked Klitschko momentarily. Stopped him in his tracks. It was a heavy, heavy shot. Best yet from Lewis. But Klitschko comes back again, and Lewis, his defence looks a bit leaky tonight.
Well, I think there's definite ring rust there. He's looking slow and ponderous.
The longer this goes, it won't get any easier. Another right hand and another one from Klitschko, who looks the boss at the moment. But you never know. This is the kind of fight where one punch could turn the whole thing around.
Well, Lennox is trying to take the fight to Klitschko, but he's walking on the punches as he comes forward.
Klitschko got there with a left hook as well. Lewis is trying to gamble with big shots. He's forgotten the jab, and he's leaving himself really open. He just looks a shadow of himself at the moment. Where's that authority and sharpness and snap? And Klitschko, at the moment, is looking the likely winner of this.
Well, it's an exciting start, but Lewis doesn't seem to have a game plan. He's just walking forward, trying to get shots on. There's no strategy.
Take it to him now. The left hook is working good. Just take it to him, and when you get through with every punch, start pushing him. You understand? Use your experiences.
Muss jetzt kommen. Macht mehr und dann konterst du ihn ab.
Emmanuel Stewart says take it to him. gamble by the sound of it.
Well, he's got to be careful because he's doing that at the moment. All he's doing is walking forward, trying to gamble, and he's leaving himself wide open. Klitschko's teeing off with big right hands like that. He just seems to be without any sort of game plan. He doesn't seem to know what he wants to do, Lennox.
Stewart seems certain that the hook is going to get him in the end, but it's Klitschko. Dr. Iron Fist, as he's known. He's beginning to show why in here. And now Lewis goes for it. Is he going to show championship quality here with an all-out attack?
Well, Lewis should have forgotten more than Klitschko's ever known, so he's got to try and do something special here.
Looks a bit of damage by Lewis's left eye. And there's a cut now by Klitschko's left. As he turns around, Klitschko is cut by the left eye.
Good work with the jab from Klitschko.
There'll be tremendous excitement in the city square in Kiev, where I think 100,000 people were planning to gather to watch this. But Lewis isn't done with yet. Not quite.
This is better from Lewis. Looks strong and forceful as he backs Klitschko up behind that jab.
The cut's bad. He's blinking away the blood. Klitschko, it's a problem. We thought it might be dramatic. It is.
Lewis looking for that, the big left hook. Normally the right hand follows that.
He's got a real problem with that cut, Glenn.
He has, and we know he doesn't react well when he's injured. Quit the last time he's only lost on an injury.
Well, he's going to have to show the right temperament and mentality tonight. He surely wouldn't quit in this situation, getting the better of things. Now Lewis starts to find the range with that jab. Is Klitschko going to be discouraged by the injury? This is where his lack of experience at this rarefied level might just come into play.
Well, Lewis is getting the better of this round. That solid jab, backing Klitschko up.
There's the jab again. Is there a turning of the tide in this round with the cut? He walked onto a right hand, Lewis, but walked straight through it, surprisingly.
The left hand is down from Lewis. He can't afford to gamble too much.
The cut's a terrible mess. But Lewis, after a bad opening 2 rounds, is beginning to establish himself a little.
Well, maybe he's just getting the ring rust off. But certainly this is a lot better in this round. He's got a plan. He knows what he's doing now.
They both look tired already. It's almost a case of which of these 2 oak trees will be the last standing in the forest.
But I think that cut has worried Klitschko.
They need to get to work on that, and quickly. Otherwise, it might signal the end of his hopes in the fight. He looks dispirited all of a sudden. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible.
A really, really bad cut.
Oh, a horrible gash, which might signal the end of the fight. Is he going to be able to carry on with that?
Looks like they've controlled that.
Yeah, keep watching it. Okay? Linke Hand und weggehen, nicht stehen bleiben. Geht zur Seite. Kommt gleich wieder rein in diese Runde, wirst du sehen.
Well, that is a terrible, terrible cut. He's not going to be able to go along with that, Ian.
No, it's a really bad gash, and it's a shame. He was caught too with jabs, and once he got the jab going, he got some other punches going too, Lewis.
Well, that showed that right hand. That's what looked like where the cut was caused. Certainly saw the blood there.
Let's go, we gotta go. Okay. Not too much, not too much.
Klitschko has to go for it here.
Big right hand from Lewis.
He's mauling Klitschko as they work in close. There's no knockdown there. He missed with the left hand. Oh, and Klitschko then looked as if he tried to kick Lewis while on the floor. Lewis picks him up. Extraordinary. And the crowd burst into applause.
Lewis just looking for the big right hand. He senses victory, senses he can land with that punch.
The cut doesn't look quite so bad at the moment. I must say the cut work in the corner didn't look the most sophisticated for Klitschko's team, did it?
No, I don't think there's an awful lot you could do with a cut like that. It was a slash, a jagged slash. Nowhere really to fix that.
Left jab, right hand follows. Both have had periods of ascendancy in establishing that lead left hand. And everything else flows off that. There are moments here where they both look ready to go.
Lewis was caught a little short right hand, still dropping that left. Got to be careful in there.
What about Lewis's stamina, Glenn, at 18 stone 4.5 tonight?
That's exactly right. If this goes a long while, Lewis might feel it more. He's on the 37-year-old legs.
Klitschko's got the jab working and is keeping Lewis away for the most part in this round. It's been a good little comeback, this, from the Ukrainian, who's never mixed at this kind of level before.
He's just a little bit busier than Lewis in this round. Lewis looking tired.
Lewis is gasping. But we've seen that before in fights, notably against Shalko Mavrovich, and somehow he's come through it.
Well, nobody's ever doubted Lewis's heart.
Another big right hand. But Lewis gets back again with the jab. It's fascinating, this. You wouldn't like to call it from this point, would you?
You certainly wouldn't. It's a really tough fight for both these competitors.
The feeling that one of these two is going to detonate something pretty decisive sometime soon. Last few seconds of round 4. Klitschko just the busier. The two heavyweights who look like they've done 10 rounds already.
Nicht so oft stehen bleiben. Deine linke Hand schnell boxen, das ist wichtig. Klinke.
Лево прямой, лево прямой. Левый сбоку. Покажи лево прямой, левый сбоку.
Immer wieder schön nach rechts rüberlegen, dass du seine rechte Hand vermeidest.
И вправо уходи.
Wenn er jetzt seine rechte bringt, schlägst du deine rechte auf der Innenbahn mit. Ganz schnell, ja?
Maybe I was a little unkind about the cut work because they've done something to stem the flow, haven't
They
they?
certainly have. Yep, they've worked on that well.
It's the first heavyweight championship fight here since 1958 when Floyd Patterson stopped Roy Harris, who is at ringside tonight, still looking well.
Come on, guys.
Lou Moret, the referee, dwarfed by these two giants of the ring. Round 5. This is the round that Emmanuel Stewart, the trainer of Lewis, predicted a finish in.
Lewis looking for the uppercut.
Good left hand from Lewis, turned the punch cleverly. But Klitschko's been used to going long distances in his recent fights. 6 out of the last 7 have gone at least 9 rounds.
Well, he's loading up an awful lot, Lennox. That'll take a lot more out of him as he hammers that body.
Well, he's hit in about a dozen shots to the rib cage as they hold on the inside there. Is Klitschko prepared to go through the pain barrier this time, to fight in the trenches? He's going to do it this time. He can't walk away from it as he did when he had the shoulder injury against Chris Bird. He was blinded by pain, he said that night. Others didn't believe him.
Good left hook there from Klitschko.
Who seems to be just the boss, doesn't he? Lewis looking a bit troubled and disorganised as he sacks against the ropes. Is he trying to just play possum a bit and invite Klitschko in? I don't think so. I think he's tired. He's tottering a bit around the ring, Lewis.
He is. I think he's feeling it in this round. Another good one for Klitschko.
Is this evidence of what everybody was saying after the weigh-in, that unless Lewis can win it quickly, he might not win it at all? Lennox is getting a bit swollen under his left eye too.
And Klitschko is taking the punches that Lennox throws quite well.
Showing good boxing ability as well. Klitschko is just caught there by a right hand. Luckily it just seemed to glance off the temple rather than catch him flush. The cut's worse again for Klitschko, and it comes at a point where he looks dominant.
Good jab from Lennox there.
If the fight was stopped because of that cut now, they would go to the scorecards. Well, Lewis fought well for the last 20 seconds of the round, but Klitschko breathes heavily as he goes back to the corner, and his face is a mess. Is there a cut on the cheek as well, or is that just the blood from the eye?
I think the cheek's cut as well.
Yeah, another gash.
All around that left eye is swollen and cut.
It's not bleeding there, bad.
Just to clarify the cuts rule, if it is deemed that the cut was caused by a punch and Klitschko can't go on, Lewis would be champion. They wouldn't go to the scorecards. If they thought it was a clash of heads and it was an accidental clash of heads, they do go to the scorecards. Well, it's a bit complicated, and we'll kind of cross the bridge if and when we have to get to it.
Well, it is a terrible injury, both above and below that eye. But his temperament's been good, Klitschko. He's kept it together.
I've only given Lewis the third so far.
That's exactly the same as me. The others all to Klitschko, who's just been busier.
The crowd in this $375 million arena sense a possible shock, but it's only a possible shock. Are we watching the final scenes of Lennox Lewis's third reign as world heavyweight champion? Our American TV colleagues have it closer, with Klitschko only a point ahead. Good shots again from the Ukrainian. Klitschko says he learned things even on the set of Ocean's 11, where both these two fighters were involved. Just being around Lewis, he sensed weaknesses about him. He studied him, fought the fight 1,000 times in his head. Oh, what an uppercut from Lewis! Absolute peach, but Klitschko took that too without going down. That was right out of the textbook from Lennox.
That was really the punch of the fight. Uppercut.
That might have been a fight-ending punch on another night. But Klitschko's showing his bottle here, isn't he, now?
He really is. With such damage, he's still around the eye, he's still fighting, he's took some good shots, but he's still trying to work hard.
Worth reminding ourselves that in his last fight, Vitali Klitschko was the first man to stop the durable Larry Donald. That was late. He has been winning his fights late in recent times. Ross Purity, Vaughan Bean, people like that from the second division of the heavyweight league. I think that uppercut has caused blood from Klitschko's mouth as well. He must be very, very uncomfortable in there. gashes all over the place. Three American judges scoring, by the way, as the heads clash on the inside again. This is a rough, hard fight.
Well, they're both looking pretty tired, looking to hold on. Not much real action in this round, a lot of clinching.
Sharp little left hook. And Klitschko looks strong as he bulls Lewis back across the ring. Not too worried if he has to use arms, elbows, anything. But I think Lewis tonight might have met someone who's as physically strong as him.
Yeah, I think that might be true. And if he is, Lennox will be feeling it more.
Oh, there's the uppercut again from Lewis, who is showing some championship quality because he's tired, but this is not a fighter at his peak anymore. This is around the age that Joe Lewis and Muhammad Ali came apart at the seams.
It's down to your level. You got to get out there and get it out.
Have a look at the damage in Klitschko's eye.
Think it's ending up. I know. Should we stop it? Huh? Stop it?
They've stopped the fight. They've stopped the fight, and they're going to declare Lewis the winner. They think it was caused by a punch. It doesn't go to the scorecards. The crowd are in uproar, but Lewis is still the champion. Klitschko cannot go on because of the cuts. The end comes suddenly at the end of round 6. In a fight that must have been in the balance, but I think there's going to be a row here. Should they be going to the cards?
Well, there's arguments. Klitschko's shouting no, he can't believe it.
I don't think Klitschko knows he was retired. Absolute mayhem here. Arguments going on. Lewis has been declared the winner by the referee, who must have thought a cut caused it, but if it was deemed to be a clash of heads, an accidental, they should be going to the scorecards.
They should be. He's furious in there. Klitschko and Lennox Lewis being declared the winner here.
The big Los Angeles crowd are not happy about that ending, but those are bad injuries. Klitschko is claiming a moral victory, and it would be interesting to know what the cards were saying at that point, wouldn't it?
It certainly would be. Lennox, who's got a cut on the nose in the last round. But the crowd have rallied around to Klitschko's case a little bit.
We await some clarification, but we believe Lennox Lewis has been declared the winner of the fight. Certainly the referee did that. And Adrian Ogan is in there, the manager of Lewis. Klitschko's people are making a point about it. It's getting a bit tasty in there. One or two people are losing their tempers. And somebody needs to keep it under control.
Well, I think it's Klitschko mainly who is the antagonist. He's furious at what's gone on. His brother Vladimir trying to calm him down.
What did your card say at the point it was stopped?
I have Klitschko 2 points ahead.
And I had Klitschko leading 2 at that point. Listen to the boos. The crowd here believe that Klitschko has got a raw deal, if indeed he has lost the fight. This is one of the most controversial finishes in heavyweight history, certainly in recent times.
Well, the crowd are on Klitschko's side.
It's unsatisfactory, isn't it?
It is. I was sure that we heard Vitali Klitschko asking Lewis for a rematch,
which I think, by popular demand, he ought to get. Whether Lewis wants that kind of argument again, such a physical, hard fight, must be very much open to question. But we believe Lennox Lewis is still the heavyweight champion of the world after the drama.
After 6 grueling rounds of heavyweight championship boxing here at Staples Center, Los Angeles, the bout is called to an end. Referee Lou Moret, acting on the advice of Dr. Paul Wallace at ringside, has called a halt to the contest because of severe injuries suffered by Klitschko. The winner, officially at the end of 6 rounds by TKO victory and still a heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox Lewis.
Congratulations, Lennox. You said that he had no skill level and that he had no heart. What do you say now?
Well, you know, if the fight would have went more, they should have stopped.
No, the fight didn't go more. What happened in the 6 rounds? What is your impression of him now?
He's okay. Yeah, what do you want me to say?
I want you to say what you say. Was it a harder fight than you anticipated?
No, not really. You know, I was getting to him. There's no way he could have finished the fight. If you look at the state of his face, there's no way. He's lucky the fight was stopped. I was just getting to him, and he was just deteriorating anyway. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just asking you for your impressions because you seem to dismiss him that he could even compete with you.
Well, yeah, of course he can compete with me. That's why he's here in the #1 position.
Well, I understand you were behind on all the judges' scorecards.
Listen, he would have got knocked out the next couple of rounds. It was just a matter of time. He was definitely deteriorating. So I don't even know what you're talking about, Larry.
Well, I'm telling you what the score is. Huh? I'm just telling you what the scoring of the officials was.
Oh, okay. So, anyway, the referee's lucky he stopped the fight. Anyway, look at the state of his face.
Would you say now that he has no heart?
Well, you know, you would have seen the next couple rounds. He would have probably.
You don't want to give him any credit, it seems.
I do give him credit. He's in #1 position. He's my mandatory. I gave him a chance to fight, and you know, I dismissed him in the sense of, you know, I got to him. Look at the state of his face.
What made him difficult to fight?
You know, he's got an unusual style, European style. Plus, I only had a week to prepare for it. So, you know.
He seemed to be able to somehow avoid your big right hand. How did he do that?
Well, I wouldn't say he avoided them. And like I said, the next couple of rounds would have told the whole thing.
Were you tired? You looked like you were tired as well.
Oh, I was just getting my second win, Larry.
Were you hurt by a punch in around the 2nd round? It seemed that it shook you a little bit. Were you surprised? Did it wake you up?
Yeah, it definitely did wake me up. You know, we're big guys. Any punch from both of us is going to hurt. So, you know, I hurt him a couple of times, even more times than he hurt me.
Was your plan to make it this kind of a brawl because you felt that he had never been in such a fight and that he could not go a distance?
You know, I still feel he cannot go the distance with me. As you can see, he was definitely deteriorating. That's why I was trying to stay close to him and slugging it out, because he's never been in a dogfight. Most of his fights that I've seen, he's just stayed back and basically jabbed, did what he wants, and that's what happened. So my plan was just to go in there, dog him, stay close to him, make him throw a lot of punches.
I don't recall your being in too many dogfights like this. This was a tremendous fight for 6 rounds.
Yeah, I wanted to be in a dogfight. Because I know when the going gets tough, the tough get going. I'm tougher than him.
Could you see through the eye?
I see very well. I don't know why this doctor stopped the fight. I feel me very well. I can fight. I know. It's Lennox Lewis promised to knock me in 5 rounds. I know. Why you know? Because